Hi Flosstube, this is Chelsea and my channel is called Sound Mind Stitching. I'm coming to you looking a little rough around the edges, but I'm ready to film, have everything ready. My house is relatively quiet, so we're just gonna go for it. And this is me. I am so glad you're here if you're new. I posted my last video on February 8th. Today is March 19th, so I had hoped to do once a month, but I kept putting it off because I had some things that I was waiting for that I wanted to be able to show you. And I also had a piece that I was almost finished with, but I was waiting on something to finish it, and I literally just finished it within the last hour. So I had everything else ready so I could finish this one piece and show you this other stuff. Again, if you're new, I've been on Flosstube for, I guess, about 2 years. I started, I guess it was in 2022, but then I had some big gaps where I didn't film. So I live in Georgia near Savannah. I'm married. My husband's a pastor. We have 4 kids. They're just turned 14, our oldest. Our second son, our oldest is a boy, second is a boy. He'll be 13 in about 6 weeks. Our third is our daughter. We have one daughter and she is about to turn 7. And then our youngest just turned 4 last week. Yesterday was actually my birthday as well. So he and I are just a week apart. So anyway, that's me. I work part-time from home for a couponing website. And other than that, I keep the ship running that is our house. In addition to cross stitch, I love to read. Most years, the last 5 years or so, I've averaged around reading about 150 books a year. So as I get back into Flosstube, I'm hoping to share more books with you. I have a recommendation at the end that I'll share. But for now, let's get into stitching. I have everything today. I have FFO, finish, whips, starts, and some amazing haul that was part of my birthday present, and I'm just so excited. So first, I'll show you an FFO, which is also a finish, because I started it, finished it, and FFO'd it since my last video. So this is Hare's Lucky Day by Plum Street Samplers. And this is a free pattern. If you look on the Plum Street Samplers blog, there's a bunch of the hares patterns. I've also done the Mother's Day one, and is that the only one I've done? I think so. I have a few more saved, but this was really quick. I stitched it on white 28 count casual linen, and I just pulled from my stash. I did change up the pattern a little bit. In the original, the mom has another rabbit on her back, and I'm thinking now that I should have added a little flower there when I moved off the rabbit. But anyway, my 2 younger kids, on the ones, I've done the Halloween one. All the ones I've done, I think all of them have 3 kid rabbits, and I've cut out one of them to make the other 2 kind of be more like my younger 2 kids. My big boys aren't interested in being depicted as rabbits on my cross stitch. The little ones also aren't interested, but they're little, so it makes more sense. So I made the big rabbit darker because I have dark hair, and I made the little rabbits lighter because I have, my kids have, both my younger 2 have lighter hair than me. So I just used greens from my stash, and then this actually said Lucky at the top, but I changed it to Loved. I don't know, I just wanted to. So I'm pretty proud of this, this as an FFO, because I had a vision for it. I bought these mini pom-poms at Hobby Lobby. I've never done anything with them before. But because they were white and the fabric was white, it was like, that's not gonna work. So please excuse the sound of my oldest son playing Fortnite in the next room. This was some green grunge that was left over from a Christmas quilt that I have yet to finish, but I'm done with the fabric. So this was just scraps that really fit perfectly. And then I sewed it. So I basically did a strip. These were left over from a binding, so they were just strips. So I did a strip across the top, a strip across the bottom, and then a strip here and here, almost like how you would piece a quilt square. So And then I sewed it all together. The back is just like some light yellow to kind of match the yellow in the hat there. And it was just what I had. And then I hot glued the pom-poms on. So it is not perfect, but I'm happy with it. I had it sitting downstairs on our bookshelf. I need to keep it up here because now it's not St. Patrick's Day anymore, but I'm really happy with this one. Hare's lucky day. Okay, that was my only FFO, but I did have some finishes, including the reason why I waited until today to film, because of some floss that I ran out of. So last time I saw you, was so close to finishing this. This is Valentine Quaker by Primrose Stitches? Primrose Cottage? What is it? Primrose Stitches? Primrose Cottage? I can't even think of it. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. This is also 28 count casual linen. I got a bunch of it at Hobby Lobby on clearance, so I've been using that. There's some kind of stray thread there. The called for floss was a fancy floss, but I just used one of the DMC variegated flosses, and I love it. I think it's really beautiful. I had thought about turning this into a pillow I have some other rickrack and mini pom-poms, but it made me really nervous. But now that I've done the St. Patrick's Day one, I feel better about it. So hopefully I'm gonna leave this out so that I can finish it by next Valentine's Day. I said that was called, right? Valentine Quaker. My third finish since my last video is Hare. This is an airmail by Lindy Stitches. So this is the second in the series. This was from March. Actually, this is the first one, I think. This is from March of last year. This came out, and she's putting them out about every other month. So I think this is actually the first one. It's the March one, the Oriental Turtle Dove. So this is mostly the called for. One of the greens, I believe the lighter one is not exactly what it's called for, but when I went to order it, she didn't have the greens that went with it. And so I was actually in Orlando in January with my husband for a conference, and I found a local needlework shop, which I don't have one near me, and they had one of the colors, not the other one, but I found something similar. So yeah, this is on 32 count. My computer closed and I had it all pulled up. This is 32 count, what is it called? Oh, I can't think of it. Icelandic, nope. Silver Moon, 32 count Silver Moon, yes. Which I bought from Lindy Stitches. So I did the Valentine one I showed you last month, and it's on the same fabric. I did buy the 4th of July one, and I'm hoping to get all of them eventually. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I love this girl. I think it's a girl. Yeah, so that one was really fun and really pretty quick. It did not take me long. Okay, my last finish, or most recent finish, I almost finished this one, and then I ran out of one color, the color that's used the most, and I just underestimated how much I would need. It was a week's. So this is Hummingbirds by Al Forrest Embroidery. This is my first Al Forrest finish. I love Al Forrest. They're probably my favorite designer. I started this last April as an anniversary start for me and my husband, and our anniversary is in April. So I worked on it, and then I put it away and really didn't work on it at all. And I pulled it out this month and decided that I was going to finish it. And I ran out of its Weeks Dye Work Pepperoncini, this green color, which is just a really beautiful floss, but you can see it's all over the place. And so that was all I needed, and I didn't just want to order one skein of floss and pay more in shipping than I did for the floss. So I waited until I needed to buy something else, which I did, and it came today. I had 331 stitches left. I have this one in Pattern Keeper, so I was able to finish it. I think I substituted, because Al Forrest, they have all their own threads, and so at the time when I bought this, you couldn't buy them here. So I'm trying to look on my spreadsheet. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what this is. Oh, hummingbirds. There it is. Okay, this is 32 count ice blue Belfast linen. And again, I used some of the DMCs that they suggested, and then for the pieces that were bigger variegate, like a lot of it, I did get some different, I used some for my stash. So like the blue and the hummingbird, the greens here, actually, I'm trying to think, I mean, the pink and the darker green are, and then the other blue, there's kind of two different blues. Those were all just different fancy floss. And these hummingbirds actually were, I forget, I definitely did these back in April, and I can't remember why I used some other different thing. I don't even know what it was. Whatever they were supposed to be wasn't showing up, and they're not really showing up that great as it is, but I think it's fine. So yeah, this one was about 6,000 stitches, and so it wasn't small, but man, I'm so glad to have that finished, and I'm hoping to frame it. So yeah, those are my finishes. Let's see, I have 4 whips. So one of them is my temperature chart, and I'm hoping to work on this a little bit more this month. This is from Snarky and Modern Embroidery. I think my goal is to do 2 more rows this month, 2 rows next month, and then a row a month until the end of the year, and I'll be finished. I've made it into April. If you didn't hear me talk about this before, I'm stitching the year 2020. Each of these almost like hourglass are highs and lows for there's 19 days in each row. So in 2020, we moved here on March 21st, 2020, which is Thursday, actually. It's the anniversary of that. So this blank one here is the 21st. And so these are all from where we used to live in South Carolina, and then these are the temperatures in Georgia. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do. If I'm just going to leave that 21st of March blank, or fill it in with like white or gray, or I don't know. But you can see in Georgia, even in April, we're already getting into these reds. It's insane. But it's already happening here. Today was chilly, but it's been hot. So yeah, this is on, once again, let me scroll back down. I'll hold it up so you can look. Icelandic gray, 32 count Icelandic gray. And yeah, it's kind of tedious, but doing a couple rows at a time and then taking a break makes it not be like quite so bad. And that again was Snarky and Modern Embroidery. If at least when I joined their Facebook group, I was able to get it for free. I think you can also buy it on their Etsy shop. All right, another whip. Excuse me. This is Space Robot by Awesome Pattern Studios. This is probably the last thing I'll ever stitch on Ada. I started this in February of 2023, and it looks like I'm like almost done. Oddly enough, I'm only like 50% because there's a lot of fill in, like it's hard to see, but like this is all going to be white, but I've only really stitched to here. So this all has to be filled in, and it really is going to go almost up to the edge. So I think it's about 50% done. A lot of it is like big blocks of colors up here. So, and I do think I actually made a mistake. I think I have to frog these, which is why I put this down at some point, because I put the wrong color in. But this is just like a 16 count Ada. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. I love Star Wars, and so that was what compelled me to do this one. And I do want to finish it. So I think I figured out if I stitch on it for about a week, a month, I can finish it by the end of the year. So that's my goal. All right, my other 2 whips, and then I'm going to show you some of my starts and some of my haul, which are very exciting. I had started this right before I filmed last time, but this is from Lindy Stitches also, Amour Leopard. This is from her Endangered Species Club, which I joined. The newest one is coming out tomorrow, I think. So I've not finished this one, but that's okay. I've made some good progress though. I discovered that trying to stitch the spots first was the way to go after making a lot of mistakes. So you can see I'm almost done filling in all the spots. But I don't know if you can see this brown here. This is Timber. This is the floss color by Weeks, and it's like a brown and green. It's really, really cool. This is the 36 count Mystic, guys, what's wrong with me? Silver Moon. I was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Silver Moon. This is the same color as the airmail, but it's 36 count. So I ordered enough. I think I have enough fabric to do 2 more, maybe 4. I think I have at least enough to do the next 2. But I just love this guy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but goodness, I love it. So cute. Okay, this is my Year in the Woods. I had also just started this, I think, last time. I was only a few weeks in. I've made a lot of good progress. So this is the Jackrabbit. This is the Year in the Woods number 3. I've done all the winter ones. This is my first spring one, and I have enough fabric to do the other 2, but we're still working on the rabbit. So learning from the leopard, I decided I needed to just do these patterns, which were very easy to jump. They were only like 1 stitch apart. So we still got to finish his tail and the bottom of him and fill in around all those patterns. The flowers are all done. The house is done. There's a few more tiny little, like these tiny little purple guys. There's a few more of those that go at the bottom. But oh man, I just love this guy. And I have the ferret and the raccoon ready to go when I finish this. This, I don't know what this fabric is. Someone sent me some fabric. It's 32 count, but it's very tight. I believe it's probably Fiber on a Whim or Picture This Plus based on what it feels like, but I really don't know, but it's beautiful. And I'm using all the called for. It's mostly DMC, and then there's the purple and the gray. The purple is lilac, and then the gray that I'm using to fill in down here, and some of this are on his face, is driftwood, also a Weeks color, I believe. So it's mostly DMC with a couple fancy floss colors. All right, I did my finishes, my whips, my FFOs. The only other start that I have, which is also gonna lead us into my haul, I'm gonna do these together. So for my birthday, I decided now that you can order Alforest threads from Russia again, I really wanted the Alforest threads. So I sent my husband a list of 2 charts, the stuff for 2 charts, fabric and floss. And the shipping was like $30 or something. It was insane. But totally worth it. And I'm so excited. So the first, and I'll see, I'm not great at editing these videos and I don't want to spend a ton of time, but I will try to put up the chart, the picture of the charts, because these Alforest ones are both, I bought the PDFs because I wanted to put them in Pattern Keeper, but the first one is Spring Russian Alphabet. I'm going to try to pop the pattern up. Ooh, you know what? Actually, I just thought of a much more, hold on, a much more low-tech way to show you. One sec. Okay, this is very, very not professional. That's okay. Yes, okay, here we go. I can show you on my Kindle. This is what a couple of the other people do. Okay, here we go. So this is what it looks like. It is the Russian alphabet, and I studied Russian in college. I'm still keeping up with it with Duolingo. So the Russian alphabet is just, it's really beautiful, and I can identify the letters. So they do have an English version, but I chose the Russian one. So that is what the chart looks, or the pattern looks like. So I got all the threads. Here's my start. I've worked on this a lot. It's kind of been addictive. Sorry, it's all folded up. So this is a big piece of fabric. I did iron it, but it got wrinkled again. I ordered the recommended fabric. It's a 30 count white linen, and I don't know how well you can see. I'm trying to hold this up. The variegation. So on the bird, the front of the wings is one color, and the other darker blue on the body and wings are all one. This like rose business right here, this is all one color floss. It's like a greenish orangish color. It's all one color. I'll show you the threads, but yeah, so this is going to be a big guy, but I've been stitching in hand, and since it's 30 count, that's pretty easy. These are the flosses. I did take them off the Owl Forest floss drops to put them on the way that I like them. Oof, it's all tangled up, sorry. But these are the flosses. So I'm going to try to show you, for example, that one, like, oh goodness. Like, look at the variegation. This is just one thread. That one's really beautiful. This green one, it's kind of a bluish green. This one goes from like light blue teal to darker. This is dark blue, but there's also like some purple in there. Man, it's just beautiful. I love it so much. So that was the first one that I got from Owl Forest. Put that away. And then the other one I got was Snail Garden, which I've been eyeing for forever, and I just think it's just really adorable. It is, let's see, here it is. My husband's a gardener, and actually snails are not great for the garden. He doesn't like snails, but I think snails are adorable, and I just think this is so cute. I just love it. I love the snails. So I got the floss and the fabric for this one. I haven't started this one, but this is the fabric. It's like a 32 count kind of cream colored linen. And then these are the flosses. So we have this really nice kind of green, like look at this one. It's a bluish gray. This might actually be, this is similar to the one from the other one. That's kind of it's almost like a brownish green. This one only has 6 colors. This one's kind of a brownish red, and then this one is like a red orange. But the threads are just beautiful. I'm so excited to start that one, but I'm not going to start it until I finish another one because I've already started Spring Alphabet, and if you've been here for a while, you know that I also already have several other very large charts or pieces that I want to finish. As of right now, having started Spring Alphabet and finishing Hummingbirds, I have 8 whips. So some of the ones I showed you, Jackrabbit, a Moor Leopard, and oh gosh, the Space Robot, the Star Wars one. Those are, and then Spring Alphabet. So that's 4. I also have, the Temperature, that's 5. Pandemic, a huge sampler. Northern Land, another Owl Forest, which is huge. And Blooming Tiny Town, which is not huge, and I'm hoping to finish either this month or in April. But I still have like that Space Robot, Northern Land, and Pandemic are all a lot more stitches, so I don't want to start anything huge, especially because again tomorrow I'm getting or I'll get shipped the new endangered species. So, but that said, I had some other birthday money, fun money, and as soon as all the Nashville stuff came out, like you, everybody else, I was looking at it, trying to decide what I want to buy. I didn't want to get a lot because again, I really want to finish some of the stuff that I've had going for a year. I'm not somebody that wants to have 70 whips. I'd love to get it down to like 3 or 4. But when I saw this one chart, I literally could not stop thinking about it. Lindy Stitches is just, she's probably my second favorite designer after Owl Forest. And this chart, Let Every Creature, I've loved her animals. Her animals are amazing. But the words on it, let every creature rise and bring peculiar honors to our King, are the beginning of a hymn. It's called Jesus Shall Reign, which we had played at our wedding. It's an older hymn, and it's kind of interesting language. You know, the word peculiar, it doesn't mean weird. It means, at least when it was written, it means like special or unique. So I just was eyeing this, but of course it wasn't out yet because it was a Nashville release. But last week I was like, all right, I've got the money, I'm gonna do it. So I ordered the chart and the fabric, and Actually, I was gonna wait because their website still said the fabric wasn't there, but it had all this stuff about after market, and market was over. So I emailed and they were like, oh my gosh, we just forgot to change the wording. We have it in stock. So I was like, all right, well, then I'm gonna place the order literally right now. So this is the fabric. This is a fat quarter, which I think I only need about half of. But oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Spending Amnesia. It's a Mystic Fabrics. It's 32 count, but it is pretty tight, so it might be a little more like 36. But I've never used this fabric before, or this company, but it's beautiful. It's pretty soft. It feels like fiber on a whim to me. And the variegation, I mean, look at the whole piece. I guess I'll have to choose like which half I want to use. This is not true to color. It is much more aquamarine-ish. You can go to her website and see a better, well, you can see it a little bit on the picture, I guess. It's a lot more blue. This looks kind of gray. So I ordered the fabric, the chart, and then I ordered the floss pack, which after it all came, I realized I already had 2 of the colors, like full skeins of them, but it's okay. It was worth it not to have to individually choose them. So I had ordered the last color for the hummingbirds, and then I ordered all of this, and it all came today. So I've already kitted it up. So it's a mixture of DMC and weeks. Let's see, I'm trying to separate the DMC from the weeks. So oh, that one did not get put on. Okay, well, here's the DMC, and then these are all the weeks. So I don't know how well you can see, but I mean, it's just a beautiful, some beautiful greens and blues and pinks, and my goodness, I cannot wait. I might be starting it as soon as I finish this video, as if I needed to start something new. But I love it so much. This is gonna keep me busy for a while. It's 170 by 217, so it's pretty big. Anyway, that is my other, that's my haul. So that's everything. I'm so glad I'm keeping this to a relatively short video. I don't feel like I have enough to justify a much longer one. As far as plans, I really want to make some progress on these older whips. So I am close to finishing the Jackrabbit. I think when I finish that, I might put it aside and not go straight into the ferret or the raccoon until I finish the Jackrabbit. The Amore Leopard, I want to finish that. That's getting close. So I won't start the new endangered species until I finish that one. And I won't start that other new Alforest one until I finish something else. Not necessarily that Alforest, but a different one. But I really want to get, within the next few months, I think, one of those big ones done. Either Pandemic, Northern Land, or the Space Robot. So I don't know yet which one I'll, as always, stitch however the mood strikes me. But yeah, that's everything I've got. So I want to thank you for watching. As always, if I forgot to mention something, you can leave it in the comments and I will answer it. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.